You're listening to the Appraisal Buzzcast with your host, Hal Humphreys.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our special Appraisal Buzzcast today. I'm Jim Morrison, and we're coming to you live from the studios in Nashville, Tennessee. Let me bring in our host, Hal Humphreys, who's here live as well. Hey, Hal.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, man?
It's good to see you. It's good to be here in Nashville at the office.
So good to have you here, and we get to be in the same space together. This is awesome.
Well, we're really excited. We're announcing our Buzzy Award finalists for 2026. So we appreciate all the feedback from everybody who helped put in nominations, and we've got some finalists for you to vote on.
And I'm just going to say this up front. Jim's got a lot of reading to do on this, so we'll bear with him on this one.
We're going to need your help on that. Well, let's get started with the Appraiser of the Year. I know a lot of appraisers are excited about this. We had a lot of nominations. We've got 3 great finalists for you. The first is Pete Fontano, one of the very few appraisers who's incredibly involved in both state and national level. We also have Adam Winstead, the appraiser who completed the first 3.6 report in the country, and he figured out a way to be proactive and get things done. We also have Melinda Griffin, consistently puts the profession first, even while serving as president of the NAA. She remains grounded, actively seeking opinions, input, and feedback from appraisers across the country. She leads collaboratively, ensuring decisions reflect the needs of the entire profession rather than acting from the top down or self-focused perspective.
I got to say, those are 3 absolutely fantastic options. I've known Melinda for a long time. She's doing a great job as president of the NAA. We're going to be sorry to see her roll off that president's role this year. The young man that finished the UAD 3.6 first report, what's his name again?
Adam Winstead.
Adam Winstead. I mean, guys, this guy just knuckled down and got the work done, and that's not nothing. And then Pete Fontana, he's dealing with the State Harmonization Task Force. He's out there working on behalf of appraisers all day long. It's a hard choice, but I'd be happy to see any of these people win.
All right. Well, our next category is the AMC or Appraisal Firm of the Year. We have 3 great nominations for that. WP Appraisers stands for a model of excellence, integrity, and innovation in the valuation profession. Over the past year, the firm has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to elevating the appraisal standards, supporting its clients, and advancing the industry as a whole. Banks Valuation deserves a nomination because of the way their team does the work. They are not a huge company and don't have national name recognition, but they show up every day with honesty, effort, and real pride in what they do. They are appraisers leading an appraisal firm, which means every decision comes from people who have actually done the job. And then we have Accurate Group. Accurate Group is an AMC that is powered by teamwork, positivity, innovation, and Accurate Group is always focused on providing quality service and products.
You know, again, 3 fantastic choices. The WP appraisers. If you see them out at a conference or whatnot, you might recognize them as the pink hat appraiser guys. The other 2 are also absolutely fantastic choices. Look, it's most of us, myself included, work as solo operators. To run an appraisal firm is a different level of engagement in this business. I think it's good to recognize folks that are doing it as a company and bringing a bunch of appraisers to the task in the same place.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to our Lender of the Year nominations. So first we have Fairway Independent Mortgage, amazing powerhouse who finds creative ways to make dreams happen for people here in our local community. Pulte Mortgage. Pulte Mortgage, along with Pulte the Builder, made from the trainee field trip at the NAA ACTS conference possible. They've always been open to hearing from appraisers and collaborating with us to improve on the relationship with appraisers. Then we have North State Bank. They were the first lender to embrace the new UAD 3.6 and order an appraisal through the new process.
You know, it's hard to pick a lender of the year. This is going to be very localized. We all deal with our local lenders and the way we deal with them. Any of these 3 choices would be a really good choice. I'm not going to tell who I'm leaning towards, but I'm really excited about the first appraisal lender to bring in UAD 3.6. That's all I'm going to say about it.
All right. This next category is Instructor of the Year, and these were some long nominations, so I may cut them live as we're doing this. All right. So first, it's with great enthusiasm that I nominate Josh Wallet of the Wallet Solutions for the Buzzy Awards Instructor of the Year. Josh exemplifies what it means to be a transformative educator in the appraisal and compliance space. His instruction not only deeply informed by regulatory expertise and industry nuance, but also delivered with clarity and a genuine commitment to elevating his audience with some humor. Next, we have Pam Teal. Pam's an exceptional instructor whose professionalism, knowledge, and genuine commitment to supporting others make her an outstanding candidate for Instructor of the Year. As an experienced and certified USPAP and real estate appraiser instructor, a qualified mentor for the state of Texas, and a respected consultant and reviewer, she brings both depth and expertise and real-world insight to every class she teaches. I happily nominate Craig Capilla for Instructor of the Year. I've seen Craig speak several times, and Craig also provides really useful information for appraisers. His experience as an appraisal regulatory attorney and appraisal defense attorney places him in a unique position of incredible knowledge. Craig has graciously given his time to educate and inform appraisers for the past several years.
I can't think of three better instructors to consider here, and I could not, sitting here, tell you who of the three I would pick personally. It's a really hard decision. They're all really good instructors.
All right, and we're going to move on to the Software of the Year. First, we have Ivory. I believe with Ivory being the first GSE verified software vendor for UAD 3.6, they also a company utilizing latest technology and AI to assist in completing appraisal reports. It's a great-looking product built from the ground up and produced both UAD 3.6 reports with GP forms coming as well. Next, we have I'm pleased to nominate Scott Cullen and the Solomon Adjustment Calculator for recognition in the appraisal industry standout. Scott's contribution to the appraisal profession has been truly transformative, and his software has become an essential tool in my daily practice. And then we have SFREP. They were the first software to get an appraisal done using their software for UAD 3.6.
I gotta say, we got three different software providers mentioned. Ivory, brand new to the game. They're doing really cool and innovative things. SFREP, first to get an appraisal through the process. And then you got Scott Cullen, the kind of one-off that's doing a software that helps appraisers do their job. So it's a really tough decision. I like all three of them.
All right, and now we have the category for the Appraiser Content Creator. So this is the first time we have two people nominated as one in Market Moves. Mark and Jeff have a great back and forth and touch on some very interesting topics. The next nominee is Perusings. Michael's an incredible host, and his podcast, Appraisers on Purpose, is a valuable podcast for me. Highly recommend this to anyone who wants real, honest conversation. And finally, we have Steve Sanders. His love for cartoons from appraiser's point of view is why I selected him. He doesn't have a podcast. Maybe he'll start one, but he does the comics for the BuzzTunes, so we really appreciate him. He's a great talent.
You know, the world of podcasts, you and I are on here every week. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to put a podcast together. Even one episode is hard, so to do it on a regular basis the way these guys are doing is pretty impressive and worthy of considering. And then I think it's often easy to forget that there's more to content than just TikTok videos and Instagram posts and podcasts. The cartoonist, he's actually creatively producing content from his own brain onto the page, and that's not nothing.
All while real estate appraising, too.
All about real estate appraisal.
Our next category is the Rising Star of the Year, Seth Moses. It has been a privilege to watch Seth grow in his short time in the field. I'm honored to nominate Seth Moses for recognition as an outstanding emerging professional in the appraisal industry. Seth's journey is a true testament to dedication, adaptability, and leadership. He began his career as a SkillBridge intern and spent the first several months immersing himself in the industry and mastering the fundamentals of appraisal work. Then we have Jeremy Jewell. He's the definition of dedication. He's a hardworking, highly ethical trainee who never hesitates to dive into any project, no matter the size or complexity. Recently, Jeremy made a 3-hour drive and stayed overnight to assist a multi-million-dollar complex property assignment, showing his commitment to the craft and to our clients. And finally, we have Courtney Daniels from Chase Bank. He moved to the Baltimore area and went through the ADI program. He ended up getting a job with Chase Bank, where he's pursuing the appraiser dream.
All right, so here's the thing. It would be awful hard to narrow it down to one person to be the rising star of the year. All three of these young appraisers are doing the work. They're out there, they're busting it. But I would suggest that our listeners, the people watching us on YouTube, do a little research into these cats and see who they like and what they like. There's so much to like about each one of them. It's going to be a hard thing to do, but do a little research. Find out what you can.
Well, and they're new in the industry. I'm sure they'd appreciate the connection. Reach out to them on LinkedIn, find them, connect with them.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Reach out to them, send them an email, find them on LinkedIn, send them a note, do that kind of thing. That helps them build connections, and you get to get some feel for who they are and what they are.
All right, and we have our final category for Mentor of the Year.
This is going to be hard.
So first up, we have Sergio Johnson. For the past few years, Sergio has set aside his own career ambitions and put his whole heart and soul into the ADI. He's out there changing lives every day, finding people who have a desire to get into the industry, but just need the door opened. Then we have Paul Rill. Paul's a genuine, long-standing passion for supporting trainees and anyone entering the appraisal profession. He mentors without ego and always says he's an open book to anyone with questions. His willingness to help others freely and consistently sets them apart, a true servant leader. And finally, we have Jerry Roca. Jerry trained me to become an appraiser and has given me a chance at success. He's been appraising well over 20 years and is an advocate for new trainees in the industry. As a woman who's not from a family that owned real estate, I did not have a connection to the industry, and I had a hard time finding a supervisor, but Jerry gave me a chance.
You know, here's the thing. We got Jerry Roca being nominated by someone who trained them. That's how most of us got into this business. There's a lot of value to a trainee nominating the person that brought them into the business. I can say without hesitation that Paul not only is doing mentoring on a one-on-one basis, but he's working on a PAREA program. He's been working on that for quite some time. And then Sergio Johnson Sergio's a great dude, and they're not wrong in their description of Sergio. He has put his career on hold and focused on the ADI program pretty much solely for the past several years. So again, 3 really difficult choices to make here, but I'm not even going to say who I'm going to pick. I think they're all really strong.
Well, we want you all to vote. We're going to have a link in the description, and we'll put it up on the screen of where you can go to vote. All right, and with your votes, we'll honor these winners at Valuation Expo. We'll have them all there on stage for the award ceremony, August 16th through 19th, back at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. We hope you'll join us. And before we go, we have a couple people that will definitely be joining us, and we have our hat, the Sound of Pursuit.
So let's tell you. So this hat is it contains people who took the time to make nominations. Am I right? So,
yes. Anyone that nominated somebody got put into this drawing where we're giving away 2 free passes for people just for taking the time to nominate somebody. So we'll contact these people, get them all registered.
Can I pick one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. You get that one.
All right. Our first winner is Matt Boxberger. So we'll get you nominated and connected, and Hal can pick one too.
Jeff Whaley.
Jeff Whaley. Well, congratulations to our winners, and we're looking forward to seeing you all at Valuation Expo.
Yes. And Jim, it's so good to see you in person, live, and in real time.
It's great to be here in Nashville.
Do we have anything else we need to cover?
I think we covered it all. No anonymous appraiser today. We're going to move on without it.
I love it. I love it. And if we have nothing else, for Jim Morrison, I'm Hal Humphreys, and that is your Appraisal Buzzcast for this week.